First time I actually in a minute I've done Smith machine. So I actually like this gym for this reason. Smith machines, I generally don't use them because when I record, they're facing the wall, to be real with you, so you kind of miss a lot. But this is one of my tricks. Because the bar on Smith machines are 25 pounds, I always put 10 on the inside. So if you ever wonder how I make it 45 to get the numbers that I get, I put 10s on the inside and then kind of go from there. One thing we're gonna do also is, know this, we're going to always warm the body up for the actual movement. We didn't do leg extensions. We didn't do, what else we didn't do? We didn't do leg extensions, or we didn't do leg curls. So we're gonna start off with these. This feels a lot better too. Wow. 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 I keep saying wow because when you haven't done something for a while, you kind of can really see the true benefits of doing it. Like I said, I haven't done literally Smith machines in years, damn. And outside of like deadlifts, haven't did squats probably a couple years. But I'm noticing that it definitely takes the strain off the center of your body, core, lower back, for sure. I feel a lot more quad load, kind of similar to what you would get from a leg press. Something I never noticed before. But one thing I do want y'all to understand before we start getting crazy with the weight, I'm gonna show you something real quick, right? Make sure, tighten that upper back, right? Step in, 1 foot, 2nd foot. What I like to do, and I don't have to do that, is I actually wiggle to make sure that my body's nice and centered. So one thing I do a lot, and a reason why I want to avoid barbells is, when I get under the barbell, I'm starting to notice that I've always have the weight on one side a little bit more than the other, so it's unbalanced a little bit. And that's when me and you talk about this all the time, where I kind of just slide it on my back and I need to stop doing that. But you can set up a lot easier with just using a Smith machine in comparison to a barbell. So if you want to take a lot of the work away and really perfect your form when it comes down to your squat or your deadlift, I recommend, if you haven't been doing it, get to that Smith machine. When we come here, I think for the next 2-3 weeks, we might as well just use this and then go into that. Don't get me wrong, the barbell is gonna be more challenging because you have to do all of the work, but not having to worry about bar stability, you can focus on more leg development and loading the legs when it comes down to the Smith machine. But let's get it, we're gonna do 10 of those. I like this joint right here, I ain't gonna lie. Make sure everything lined up. Remember, get your core nice and tight. Tighten that back. Let's get it. Spread the feet, make sure the feet a little bit outside the shoulders. We ain't looking for nothing crazy on this. Good, and then press straight up. And remember, you don't have to worry about overarching on this. Go straight down, nice and clean. Press through the feet to come up, squeeze the glutes too. But remember, once you lock in on your foot placement, don't switch it up for me. Nice, good, nice clean 10. Easy, easy. Abs should be nice and tight the whole way. Remember, don't forget to breathe in at the bottom, breathe out at the top. Nice, easy. Funny thing, first time in years, I've actually purchased anything outside of a Nike or Jordan. These are the last pair of Nike shoes that I brought, which are powerlifting shoes. And anything outside of that has really just been Jordans for the most part. So shout out to New Balance, man. These are nice and light, comfortable. And then two, if you get these from the outlet, these only ran me, and I haven't paid under like $200 for a shoe in a long time. But these right here hit me, I think, $150. I brought my daughter a pair of shoes, me a pair of shoes, and some socks for $220. That's one pair of Jordans, bro. But as you can see, we going to the squat shoes now. I don't care what nobody say. If you somebody that squat heavy and love squatting, do me a favor and get you some powerlifting shoes, because the elevation on the heel is going to be able to help you load more quads to have better knees. Definitely if you're somebody that want longevity on the knees, these will help you out as well. But don't get me wrong, you are going to feel a little bit less activation with the glutes. But it is what it is, you feel me? We're going to, and two, one thing I love about these is it's so easy to develop a solid foot placement because of the actual weight. Wow. Another thing, I'm going low bar now. I want to try low bar. Much more comfortable too. I'm trying to tell you, it's opening my eyes. But do me a favor, get on this motherfucking Smith machine. 9-day difference. I wasn't feeling comfortable, but I want to go up. 6 to 10, nothing too crazy. Abs nice and tight. Good, step in a little bit more.
Step forward.
Yeah. There you go, let's get it. Good, nice. You feel all quads, don't you?
Yeah.
Remember, keep that back. Nice. Breathe out at the top. Good. 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 Don't feel as much hip strain as you always talk about, right?
No, it feels nice.
Yeah. So now we're gonna go up. Throw a whole 45 on there. Finally do 135. Like, remember, Smith machine is only 25 pounds. That's why the 10 on there first. And like I said, we not going super crazy with the weight today. But I have to admit, I'm enjoying this already. I really haven't used the Smith machine to squat with actual weight in some years, like for real. Feels so much better. So much easier to do this. Like I said, if you somebody, I know I'm saying a lot of the same things, but if you somebody that really want to work on form and technique, do me a favor and start throwing Smith machine. And I really haven't did Smith machine probably 2 years when it comes down to squats, but we gonna have some fun with this today. Let's get it. I think this is the best I felt in a long time when it comes down to squats, mainly because I can feel the difference between me squatting yesterday and today. Let's get it. Easy. Good. Bring the foot placement forward a little bit. There you go. Good. Nice. Good. Just 10. Foot drive solid. Squeeze the glutes when you come at the top. Good. Abs nice and tight. Good breathing. Good breathing. Good breathing. Good. 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 It's 10. Now go lower. Nice. Quarter on this now. So go up a quarter. So a couple things to kind of keep in mind too when you squatting is where your ending point should never be higher that you got to stand on your tippy toes. You always want it to be lower. So a great example, if you notice, and when I'm stopping, I gotta kind of dig under, which is good. Makes it a lot easier for me to unload the rack and then kind of pull back. So just a few tips to kind of keep in mind. Let me put that cord on this other side. And another thing, if you somebody that's, your knees are caving in, do me a favor and start working on glutes, because that shows weak glutes. Like when you're pressing and you noticing your feet caving in like this, all that means is your glutes are weak. Or you might need to work on hamstrings too. Like I always tell y'all, put hamstrings in front of your quads, because it's so easy to work quads, man. So easy to work quads. Boom. Yeah, this feels so much better. Block out at the top, core nice and tight. So the first thing I'm doing is really tightening everything. Back, lower back, abs. I'm even locking my elbows and pulling my elbows forward a little bit. Then kind of dig down, push. Easy. So look, if I go up higher, it's gonna make it more difficult. I'm gonna go lower. So be mindful of that. Like I said, squat shoes do make it a lot easier when you're getting into it. Now that we going up, as you can see, a little short of breath when you start squatting. I love how squats take a lot out of you, but I will admit, huge difference. This makes me feel like I'm damn near using a leg press, but engaging a posterior chain. So now it just kind of makes me want to reevaluate how I've been training over the years to get my legs stronger, because I generally go to leg press. I use leg extensions and leg curls to get stronger and implement glutes, just so I get the loading and everything together. But now I'm gonna start doing a barbell squat day and a Smith machine squat day, because I'm gonna tell you one thing. I feel a drastic difference with this, like mainly with leg loading. You can really break down your legs with going to the Smith machine, because you gotta focus on so much when you're doing a barbell, because you're the person that the bar has to be balanced. You ain't gotta worry about that. You got springs right here to keep everything nice and intact. You don't get that same feel with the barbell. So I'm gonna do barbell once a week, and I'm gonna do Smith machine once a week, and then dig back into not Smith machine, but barbell twice a week. Let's get it. Let's get it. We still fighting at 10. Still fighting at 10. You looking good. You looking good. Ruben said he gonna go barefoot too. Barefoot is actually one of the best ways to go. Get that ankle mobility together as well. Good. Nice. Good. 2, 3, 4, easy. 5, abs nice and tight. 6, come on, fight through. 7, fight through, come on. 8, come on. 9, come on. Nice. And 10, good stuff. Great work, great work, great work. Easy. Since he took a 10 off, which is not a bad thing, I'll always try to tell you, if you gotta take weight off, do what works best for you. That way you get the best progression too. You shouldn't always be trying to mimic what somebody else is doing. Mainly if you're not doing exactly what they're doing and your body's not aligned like this. So I'm gonna just add a 10 as we go. Deep down inside, I wanna chase 10, but I'm kinda like, I don't think I should chase 10, to be real with you. We're gonna see how we feel. One thing about me with squats, and that's another reason why I do like 7, 8 sets of squats, is because once I kind of get into 4 sets, I feel a little bit more comfortable. That's just me personally. Like, I always try to keep the first 4 sets fairly light, just to see how my body feels, go up slowly but surely. And then when I get into that 5th set, 6th set, 7th set, I'm really trying to get as much as I can. But we gonna do this, and then we actually gonna hit arms. I think you might like that. We ain't hit arms in a while.
We haven't.
So, and then too, I always say this too. If you somebody that wants to get more out of a particular area, I always say really train that area twice a week. Like, everybody think that once a week is gonna be good enough. And it might be some things that you might miss from just hitting that area once that you can make up for that second time that you train it. So what I like to do in those scenarios is, say for example, I'm trying to blow out my legs, get my legs together. I'll train legs earlier in the week and then transition it to about 4 days after. So that way, if I want to kind of go up a little bit more with the weight, I can do that, because the body's recovered within 2 to 3 days, more so than me trying to hit it back to back to back. You know what I mean? Mainly if you somebody arms, same thing. You can do arms like on a Tuesday. I might hit arms again on Friday, but try to hit it around the time that's going to be convenient for maximizing other areas. So for example, if I'm trying to really train and get biceps effective, I'm not going to have my bicep workout too close to my back workout, because at the end of the day, it's going to affect my back exercising. Because do understand that when you train it back, biceps is a secondary. Just a few tips, y'all. Just a few tips. You know I'm here for it. So remember, I always got a rule. I don't think it's tight enough, actually. I got a rule that after 100 and, after 45 and a quarter, because I keep forgetting the numbers, I ain't gonna fake it. After that, I like to wear a belt. This is me personally. Yes, I can lift 315 without wearing a belt, 225 without a belt, but I try to get people to understand that it don't take one time to fuck up the back. Once the back is done, it ain't no coming back from it, unless you getting surgery. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I always say I'd rather be safe than sorry for the most part. Go in. Whew. Not too bad, but I ain't gonna fake. You can feel a big difference when you put on a belt. I'm telling you, it's easy to lift a little bit more when you're wearing a belt than not using the belt as well. Keeps that core intact, lower back intact, so you get more. I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm really liking the Smith machine. That's how long it's been since I've used the Smith machine for squats. It's to a point I ain't even gonna fake. Damn, they want to use the Smith machine for the next 3 weeks. That's how big of a difference I feel. Because you can really, a lot of the things that I really have to focus on before even taking the bar off the rack, I don't have to worry about that. Like literally. Like I said, one of my biggest failures is just making sure both ends are aligned. It's always a downfall for me. Second would be footing. Once you unrack, footing is damn near already good, so you don't have to readjust the footing or anything. Because remember, when you take it off the rack, you gotta take your baby steps back with that heavy weight, then get your footing together. And for me, that's why 4 sets in, it's a little bit easier for me to maximize the way that I want, because I'm gonna be real with y'all. I always have to get comfortable with footing. Makes best for me to maximize my squat. But let's get it. You know what I think was your humbler? Was those sled pulls. Yeah, that was your humbler. That was sled pulls.
Sled pulls.
Yeah, because you was like, let me do it. And you killed it though. I'm not gonna fake, you killed it. I was very impressed. I was like, damn, he actually like pulling this.
And that was
the end of the workout. that was the end of the workout. So do understand, man, when it comes down to what we do, you want it to be a leveling process. You want to level up more so than do that one thing that's going to take you out the rest of the routine. Mainly if you got a few more exercises you need to tackle. Looking nice and clean too. This is a lot easier to do, right? Good. Keep it clean. Good. Still go low. You good. There you go. Up. Good. Good work. Up. Breathe out. Good. None of that rocking to get up. Just push straight up like a leg press. Straight up. Good work. There we go. Nice. But now you see too what I'm talking about by not putting it on that higher hook.
Yeah.
When you unload, it take more energy. And then the sad part is, what I try to get y'all to understand is, if you miss that hook, hey, it's over on the Smith machine too. So we want to avoid a lot of these things.